Check out New York.
Questions for you and one for Melissa. I don't know if you can hear, but there are protesters outside right now honking their horns and raising signs. We did speak to a few of them before we came in, and these are regular people who are not getting a paycheck. Some of them are not getting their unemployment check, and they're saying that they don't have time to wait for all of this testing, and they need to get back to work in order to feed their families. Their savings is running out. They don't have another week. They're not getting answers. So their point is the cure can't be worse than the illness itself.
Yeah.
What is your response to them?
The illness is death.
For very few people. For very few people.
The illness isn't, your brother has it and he's alive.
This cocksucker is making it sound like it's a guaranteed death, right? Like it's a full-blown weaponized AIDS combined with super cancer.
Oh, no, yeah, no.
Guys, the alternative is guaranteed death. No, it's a 0.1% chance of death.
Hey.
By the way, I've said this before and I will say it again. When you leave your house, let's say on a Friday night and you go out to Ybor, put on a nice shirt and go to the club, you have an infinitely higher chance of getting harmed or dying
In
than you
Ybor,
do
absolutely.
from coronavirus.
In
You
Ybor,
understand me?
absolutely.
You go out, you have a 5% chance of being shot or stabbed every time you go out on a Friday night to Ybor. It's like 0.1 to 0.2% chance of dying. Am I the only one who's sick of this, dude?
No, I think
These
everyone's
smug
sick of this
motherfuckers, like, no, actually, the alternative is death.
Imagine
Guaranteed death.
Imagine having the worst state in terms of this coronavirus, in terms of deaths, in terms of everything, and being praised like he is. I don't understand it. Like that, this is the stuff that blows me away. It's like they're treating him like he's awesome. Your state did the worst out of any other state. Why does the left want this guy to be president?
What is worse than death?
Well, what if somebody commits suicide?
Suicide. Thank you. This, I got to give it to this reporter. Suicide. Suicide is death.
Also, again, you fucking guinea cocksucker. You're being disingenuous. He is. How is he getting away with pretending like it's a guaranteed death? That's unbelievable.
Because nobody questions him ever. They just let him do what he wants.
Suicide because they can't pay their bills.
Yeah, but the illnesses may be my death as opposed to your death.
The fuck does that even mean?
So if you kill yourself, it's okay because you can't feed your family. But if you give somebody a virus that has a 0.05% death rate, that's worse?
And also, you fucking dickhead, this is exactly my problem with this. It's this idea that you can just, because you're scared. You're scared that you might get sick and you might die. You're allowed to tell all of us how to live our lives. Like, you have no right. You have no right to force me at gunpoint to stay in my home any more than I have a right to force you to go out. Like, I can't, you know what I mean? I can't call the police and go, this fucking guy won't leave his house. Oh, well, did he pay his bills? Are we a victim? No, his bills are paid and everything, but he's refusing to come out. He's refusing to come out and socialize with people. I want you to go in there and I want you to force him. I want you to fire tear gas into his house and force him out so he'll socialize. I can't have the cops do that to you. Why is it you can have the cops force me into my home?
Master of Tribe says, how many people need to die for this to be serious to you? All of them.
Somebody said in chat too.
Does that help? All of them?
Lena Mean said, we have the illusion of rights, Mersh. No. We used to have the illusion of rights. We don't even have the illusion anymore.
You're
like,
right.
do you get that? Like,
You're right.
They used to make us think we owned some shit and we had some things and hey, am I being detained? Because I know my rights, right? Like, we used to have that. They have removed even the illusion of rights now. Now it's just like, no, get in your house or I will shoot you with this beanbag. I'm going to shoot you in the chest with this non-lethal round if you don't go in your house. And it's like, okay, well, that's illegal.
They said the cure is worse than the illness. The illness is death.
The cure is also death. Poverty causes death. Starvation causes death. Depression, anxiety, mental disorders, people not being able to get to where they need causes death. Pain from not having procedures that you need to have done. If you've ever lived with like excruciating back pain or a slip disc or something like that, some people literally want to fucking kill themselves because the pain is so bad. But no, you're right, buddy. You fucking Governor Nipple Rings is going to tell you.
But this is, again, I know I've already said, but this is the worst comeback ever because it operates under the assumption that you are guaranteed to die if you catch this disease.
And you're not.
He keeps doing this like, no, the alternative is death. Everyone dies. Do you want that? No, because not everybody's going to die there, buddy. This is so this is the worst, man.
How can the cure be worse than the illness if the illness is potential death?
Potential.
But the thing is though, the cure is also if the cure is also potential death.
Yeah.
Potential death is also the cure. When this is over and people's savings accounts are wiped out and they figure, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take out a life insurance policy and fall in front of the subway. People are going to do that. You're going to see that. They're going to go, I need to feed my kids. I don't have any money. I'm taking out a life insurance policy and I'm going to slip in front of a train. It's stop it. Dude, the death rate on this is ridiculously low now, especially looking at California, how many people actually have it. Now that they're doing tests and they're figuring it out, stop.
Yeah, the Hooligan 4 in the chat said doctors are wondering where all their stroke and heart attack victims went.
They all disappeared. No one's dying of pneumonia anymore
Goddamn
either.
coronavirus. Yeah. It's killing everybody before anything else can.
What if the economy failing
Worse than death?
is equal?
I hate
Yes! How many people did the Great Depression kill? You fucking, I'm sorry,
now,
faggot!
Why is it that when Trump is disrespectful to a reporter, everybody crucifies him?
Because he's not bada binging while he does it. Trump needs to bada bing while he does it.
This guy's like fucking legit, like just interrupting her and being rude, and everybody's gonna go, God, I love Andrew Cuomo. It's so good.
Equals death
Very few-
because
no,
of
because
mental
but it
illness.
doesn't.
The
No, it
people,
doesn't.
Why are you mansplaining?
people stuck at home.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't?
It doesn't equal death.
It does.
Economic hardship. Yes, very bad. Not death.
Economic hardship leads to suicide. It leads to people losing their homes. It leads to people starving. It leads to more illness. It leads to a lot of things, Mr. Governor.
He
Death.
He can't.
Oh, so you don't care about death?
He can't be.
Death. This fucking guy. Anyway, any other questions?
This is spoken like somebody. See, this is the problem when you deal with this. This is spoken like somebody who's never had economic hardship, right?
not.
This is spoken with somebody who's never had hard times, baby.
He thinks economic hardship is like, I got to shop at Men's Warehouse now. I got to get suits that are only $400. You know what I mean? Like this, that's his idea of economic hardship. I had to trade in the Audi and I had to get a Toyota. It's ridiculous. Fucking economic hardship. Hard times, daddy. It's when you have to trade in your limousine for a brand new Toyota. That's hard times. Hard times is when you have to downsize your 10-bedroom house into an 8-bedroom condo, daddy.
4.5% of all this is according to the same NIH, by the way, that's doing the coronavirus stuff. So we're comparing apples to apples here, right? The last time they checked, which was last year, in the U.S., they reported that the recent analysis of these studies found that 4.5% of all deaths in the United States were caused by poverty-related deficiencies. 4.5%. What's the death rate of the coronavirus?
I mean, it's point something percent.
Okay,
it's
but
small.
let's
very
say it's
small.
even 1.
So small.
So, again, this is spoken like somebody who's never had to fucking not figure out where their next paycheck is coming from, who's never been laid off from a job that's never coming back and not knowing, Jesus Christ, how am I going to get my kids food? It's really, really fucking easy to be sitting in your fucking mansion, right, in your little governor's mansion, making all in the royalty of that's your family. It blows my mind. You know what this is? I'll tell you what this is. This is because poverty will never affect these people. The coronavirus can. Their little classic, because his brother got it, right? I honestly, I'll put a tinfoil hat on. I don't even think his brother had it. But whatever. Let's say he does.
Seemed fine.
Let's say his brother had it. Let's say I'm going to believe everything that they're telling me because the media never lies. This virus can affect you and your little line of fucking New York royalty. Poverty will never affect you. So this is the most greedy take I've ever seen of anything.
Yeah.
This might be worse than any of the fucking takes the Michigan governor has said.
Emotional stress from being locked in a house. Very bad. Not death.
Yes! Yes, death, though!
People have already killed themselves, you fucking asshole.
Let me tell you.
We know somebody who's killed themselves already. People have killed themselves already.
I personally know somebody that killed themselves because of it. I personally know somebody. I know more people that have killed themselves because of this than I know people personally that have died of the coronavirus.
Yeah.
That is a fact that I can tell you 100% fact.
Domestic violence on the increase. Very bad. Not death.
Husbands don't kill their wives.
Husbands are the most likely person to kill a spouse.
Especially if they're cops.
Like if a woman gets killed, the husband's always the first person they look at. Always.
There is a higher percentage of somebody, and this is another fact, right? There is a higher percentage of somebody that's in a domestic abusive relationship to be killed by their spouse than somebody who catches the coronavirus dying of the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
He is wrong on all fronts. And this is the dude they want to be president? This guy?
President Nipple Rings.
And not death of someone else. See, that's what we have to factor in.
Yeah, you're right, because the husband never flips out and kills his wife and then kills the kids. Chris Benoit. That never happens. Yes.
But Royce, that happens all the time.
Oh, you're right, Mike. I'm sorry. I'm not a governor. I'm not as smart as he is.
Again, if a woman if a woman is found dead right now and she's married, the first person
always
look at is let's get a look at this husband. Like what was going on with them? Because there's no, again, it's rare that somebody just goes, man, I'm going to kill this lady. You know what I mean? When they find a bitch in the woods with her fucking throat completely bruised up and they go, all right, we'll run a background check. Oh, she's married? The first place the cops are going to drive is the husband's house. So where will you two stay?
And you know what, Mike? On the upside is, at least these domestic violence things, they don't spike when the person's a police officer. Because they could get away with it.
Royce, I've got some bad news if you think that.
What? Cops protect us. Why would they hurt people?
Cops
protect us. Why would they hurt people?
Cops love beating their wives.
They really do.
They love beating their wives almost as much as they love shooting unarmed black teenagers. Almost as much.
To this equation. Yeah, it's your life. Do whatever you want.
No, but we're not allowed.
Well, he has a butt.
But you're not responsible for my life.
But that works the other way around. That works the other way around, though. That works the other way around. Like, you are correct. I don't have any control over your life. The Constitution guarantees that. But the flip side of that is that you don't have any control over my life. You're constitutionally protected from staying inside and watching out for yourself, looking out for your health. You're allowed to do that. I'm also allowed to leave my home. This dude, man, I hate him.
According to the NIH, somebody just sent this to me. Conclusion, the higher risk of dying from minimum and medium-skilled unemployed Americans not found among Germans suggested that unemployment mortality relationship may be mediated by institutional and economic environment. The relationship between unemployment and mortality has been well studied. Unemployment has been found to be associated with all-cause mortality of 1 to 4 for both men, 5 to 7 for women, 8 to 9 for older workers, and 10 to 14 for specific outcomes. So basically, in the long run, if you're unemployed, you have a higher mortality rate than like heart disease and stuff like that. How do you like that?
A responsibility to me. It's not just about you. You have a responsibility to me, right?
No, we don't. But see, that's the thing. That's the thing, though.
These motherfuckers.
We don't have a responsibility.
They have no concept of the Constitution.
It's liberty. You have a responsibility for you and for what you do. You don't have a responsibility for everybody else. If you want that, fucking the USSR was fucking awesome for that stuff. Go to do that.
Yeah, or go to that place where the disease came from.
Go to China, bro. Dude, that's great. Go to China.
Right? We started here saying it's not about me, it's about we. Get your head around the we concept. So it's not.
We are ruining this economy. We are going to have dead fathers. We are going to have dead mothers. We are going to have starving people. We are never going to recover from this. We are going to have lower birth rates. We are going to have China fucking dunking on us in 5 years because they're letting the fucking people die now. They're open the fuck up. They're open the fuck up.
Not all about you. It's about me too. It's about we. Also, I get the economic hardship. Everybody gets it.
You don't, though.
No, you
You've
don't.
never
You've never touched it.
experienced it.
You've never, ever, ever wanted for anything in your life.
You don't, though.
You've never, ever, ever been like, man, I really
don't.
wish I could have this thing,
No.
but I can't.
You don't. And somebody's got a good point. Is he not talking like a woman? Like this, but me. But what about me?
Yeah, well, he's got pierced nipples and he's probably a homosexual, so it fits.
Everybody feels it. Federal government is sending out a check.
So you're not getting paid? You're not getting money? You know who gets to leave their house every single day, Mike? He does.
Of course, he does.
He gets to leave his house every single day.
And the press and the media and all the people that are pushing this shit on you, it's almost like they're in on something and they're laughing at you. Like they're all like, we can go out. We could trick this whole country into having to stay in. We'll have the whole country to ourselves. That's what they're basically doing.
Somebody says his chef is probably still working.
Of course.
For individuals, $600, an additional $1,200. We are moving heaven and earth to get the unemployment payments going.
You're not moving heaven and earth to do anything. You guys have a multi-billion-dollar transit system and your subways can't even run on time. But now this same group of people is going to fucking make sure unemployment gets out? Are you fucking kidding me?
So we get the economic anxiety. The question is, how do you respond to it? And do you respond to it in a way that jeopardizes public health and possibly causes more people to die?
These are our leaders. We look up to these people.
I know. These fucking pieces of shit. I know what you mean.
I'm doing the proverbial we, obviously. But we're
the royal we.
We're royal we. These are the people that we think are smarter than us and better than us. And you know this... We talk about it all the time. You know what this is showing us? There's some good stuff that this thing is showing us, even with all the bad stuff. The good stuff this is showing us is how stupid these people really are. How dumb these people really are.
They're all born into these jobs. I mean,
Politics
politics has become a family business.